Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Top Coin, where coins come to life. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of a coin you've probably seen 100 times, maybe even have in your pocket right now, the 1971 quarter dollar from the United States of America. But hold on, don't let its common look fool you. That seemingly ordinary 25-cent piece might be worth a lot more than you think. In fact, depending on a few special details, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. That is, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone who just found a shiny old quarter in a drawer and got curious, stay tuned, because we're about to uncover the history, secrets, errors, and the true market value of the 1971 US quarter that could turn your change into serious cash. Let's set the stage. The year is 1971. America is going through major changes. Richard Nixon is president. The Vietnam War is still ongoing, and the first microprocessors are being developed, launching us into the computer age. Amidst all this history, the U.S. Mint is busy producing coins for everyday transactions, and among them, the 1971 Washington quarter. Now, this coin features the familiar face of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. His profile has graced the quarter since 1932, celebrating the 200th anniversary of his birth. But the coin story goes deeper than just its design. Let's talk about the design for a second. On the obverse, you've got George Washington facing left. Above his head is the word Liberty, and below his chin, the mint date, in our case, 1971. To the left, the motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, the bold eagle sits proudly with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows and olive branches beneath it. Above is the country name, United States of America, and the coin's denomination, quarter dollar. Now let's talk value, and we're not talking about 25 cents. We're talking collector value, rarity, minting errors, grading, all the details that could make your 1971 quarter worth way more than face value. First off, not all quarters are created equal. The value of your 1971 quarter depends largely on its condition. This is where coin grading comes in. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint state coin. Most quarters that have been in circulation will fall somewhere between grades 10 and 40. These are typically only worth their face value or maybe a few cents more to the right buyer. But if you happen to have a 1971 quarter in mint condition, graded MS65 or higher, that's when things start to get exciting. In fact, some 1971 quarters graded at MS67 have sold at auction for over $1,000. Yes, you heard that right. $1,000 for a quarter. And it gets even better when you factor in rare errors. Scene, dramatic reveal, flashing headline text. Error coins worth big money. Errors are where things get really interesting. You see, in the minting process, mistakes happen, and collectors go crazy for them. These are called error coins, and the 1971 quarter has a few known varieties that could send its value skyrocketing. Here are a few you should know about. Off-center strike. If your quarter looks like the design is shifted to one side, that's an off-center strike. Depending on how dramatic the error is, these can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s. Double die obverse, DDO. This is when the design is accidentally stamped twice, slightly off register. If your 1971 quarter shows doubling in the word Liberty or in the date, you might be sitting on a gold mine. No mint mark or wrong mint mark. Most 1971 quarters were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. A D on the coin indicates Denver. Philadelphia coins from that time had no mint mark at all. But if a coin has the wrong mint mark or a missing mint mark in a proof or special strike, that can increase its value significantly. Scene, market analysis chart animation with coins shown in auctions. Let's talk market value. Right now, in 2025, the demand for high-grade vintage coins is hotter than ever. The rare coin market has seen consistent growth, driven by collectors, investors, and even digital platforms bringing new attention to old coins. As of this year, a 1971 quarter in circulated condition is still just worth 25 cents to maybe $1. A mint state 1971 quarter, graded MS65, can fetch around $30 to $1.50 in MS67 condition. They have sold at auction for $500 to $1. 200 rare error coins from 1971 can go for anywhere between $100 and $2,500. depending on the error and coin quality. So, how? Do you know if your 1971 quarter is worth anything? Here's a quick checklist. Condition: is it shiny, crisp, and scratch-free? Get it graded. Mint mark: check under "In God We Trust." D equals Denver. Blank equals Philadelphia. Errors: use a magnifying glass or coin loop. Look for doubling, missing letters, strange textures, or misaligned designs. And always store valuable coins in protective holders. Never clean them. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value. To wrap it up, the 1971 quarter may seem like just another coin, but in the right condition, with the right error, and in the right hands, it could be a treasure. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Hidden history, surprise value, and the thrill of discovering something rare in the most unexpected places. Check your pockets, your piggy banks, your couch cushions. Who knows? That old quarter you've ignored for years might be worth way more than 25 cents. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1971 quarter, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and drop a comment below if you've got a 1971 quarter yourself. Let's hear your stories. And remember, every coin has a story. Yours might just be a jackpot waiting to be found. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1982 United States quarter dollar, a coin that has surprised collectors, shocked the market, and made ordinary people a small fortune. That's right, this isn't just any old quarter. The 1982 Washington quarter has a backstory that's full of twists, minting secrets, rare errors, and increasing value. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector, a casual hobbyist, or just someone curious about the coins rattling in your change jar, this is one story you don't want to miss. So let's go back to 1982. Ronald Reagan was president, gas was about $1 a gallon, and the United States Mint was facing a serious economic challenge. Inflation was high, and production costs were rising. It was a year of change, literally, in the coin world. Now, most people don't realize this, but 1982 marked a turning point in U.S. coinage history. For the Washington quarter, it was a year without any mint sets. That's right. Due to budget cuts, the U.S. Mint did not produce uncirculated mint sets in 1982. That one decision drastically affected the future rarity and value of quarters from that year. This meant that the only way to obtain 1982 quarters was directly from circulation. No specially preserved collector sets. No protected packaging. Just regular coins out in the wild, exposed to wear, damage, and loss. As a result, finding high-grade 1982 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition is extremely difficult today. And that's what makes the 1982 Washington quarter a hidden gem. It's not rare because of low mintage, millions were made. It's rare because of survivability. Most of these coins were used and abused in everyday transactions. Few were saved, and even fewer were preserved in top condition. Now let's talk specifics. The 1982 Washington quarter was minted in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. You'll find two main types, the 1982P and the 1982D. Both are valuable, but the ones from Philadelphia are particularly interesting. First, let's clarify, the P stands for Philadelphia, but in 1982, coins from the Philadelphia Mint still didn't carry a mint mark. That's right, no letter, no symbol. So if you have a quarter from 1982 with no mint mark, it likely came from Philadelphia. And if it's in excellent condition, you might just be holding on to something special. Here's where things get exciting. High-grade 1982 quarters, especially those graded MS65 and higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, have been selling for hundreds, even over $1,000 depending on the condition and type. In fact, in recent years, a 1982 P quarter in MS67 condition sold for over $1,400 at auction. That's a 25-cent coin turning into rent money or even mortgage money for some people. But wait, there's more. Some 1982 quarters have mint errors, and that's where the serious money comes in. Have you ever heard of a double die? Or a coin struck on the wrong planchet? 1982 quarters with these kinds of mint errors can fetch thousands of dollars. For example, one known error, a 1982 D quarter struck on a copper planchet, sold for over $3,000. That's right, someone found a pocket change coin, had it evaluated, and walked away with a small fortune. So what should you be looking for if you want to strike it rich with a 1982 quarter? Here are the key things to check. First, the mint mark. If it has a D, it's from Denver. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. Next, the condition. The coin should be as pristine as possible. Minimal scratches, strong details, and no signs of wear. Then, look for mint errors. Off-center strikes, missing elements, or strange colors can mean big money. Finally, consider grading. A professional grade from PCGS or NGC can drastically increase the coin's market value. Collectors are hungry for high-quality 1982 quarters because they're hard to find and getting harder every year. Many have already disappeared into private collections, never to return to circulation. That scarcity is driving prices up and fast. Want proof? As of this year, 2025, high-grade 1982 P and 1982 D quarters in MS66 or MS67 are commanding prices between $400 to over $1,000, depending on demand. Error varieties? Even more. And remember, the coin doesn't even need to be perfect. Some lower-grade coins with the right error can still sell for hundreds. So always double-check before you spend that change. So now the big question, have you checked your change jar? Have you looked through that old coin box in your closet? Do you have any 1982 quarters lying around? If you do, you might just be sitting on a mini gold mine. If you find one, or think you might have something valuable, take it to a coin dealer or submit it for grading. Don't clean it, don't scratch it, and definitely don't spend it without getting it checked. The 1982 quarter dollar is more than just a piece of metal. It's a piece of American history minted in a time of economic uncertainty, overlooked by many, but now recognized as a treasure by collectors around the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1982 quarter, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting secrets, and let us know in the comments if you found any rare coins. Until next time, keep your eyes on your change, because you never know what hidden fortune might be waiting. We uncover hidden treasures, rare coins, and valuable collectibles that might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Imagine this, a simple quarter from 1991, something you've probably spent on a gumball or dropped in a vending machine without thinking twice, could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story, the hidden value, and the mysterious world of the 1991 United States quarter-dollar coin. Could you be holding on to a rare piece of American history without even knowing it? Let's find out. Let's rewind to 1991. George H.W. Bush was the president of the United States. The Cold War was ending. Grunge music was on the rise. And in the midst of Philadelphia and Denver, millions of shiny new quarters were rolling off the presses. These quarters weren't anything flashy at the time. Just your everyday coin with the iconic image of George Washington on the front, facing left, his stern profile framed with the word Liberty and the date 1991 just below. But here's the kicker. Not all 1991 quarters were created equal. First, a bit of coin terminology for our newer viewers. The front of a coin is called the obverse. That's where you'll see Washington's portrait. The back is the reverse. That's where you'll find the famous eagle with wings outstretched, perched on a bundle of arrows and surrounded by olive branches, a powerful symbol of both strength and peace. Now, even though these coins were produced in huge numbers, over 630 million from the Philadelphia Mint and over 570 million from the Denver Mint, certain errors, low mintages, and high-grade examples have turned the 1991 quarter into a hot item for collectors. Let's break down the types of 1991 quarters and what makes them special. First, the 1991 P quarter. That P stands for the Philadelphia Mint. These are the most common, but in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher. They can be worth a lot of money. Coins in MS68, a very rare grade, have sold for over $1,000 at auction. Then there's the 1991 D quarter from the Denver Mint. Again, common in circulation, but the gems, the ones that were never touched, never scratched, the ones stored in original rolls or sets, those can command premiums of hundreds of dollars, especially in high-grade conditions certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. But that's just the beginning. Now let's talk about the real moneymakers, the errors and varieties. Some of the rarest and most valuable 1991 quarters come from minting errors. These are coins that slipped through quality control and made it out into the world with flaws that collectors absolutely love. Let me give you a few examples. Off-center strikes. Imagine a quarter where Washington's head is pushed to the side, not centered on the coin. These can range from minor to extreme, and the more dramatic, the more valuable. Prices can range from $50 to several $100s. Double dies. These are coins that appear to have doubling in the letters or numbers, especially on the word liberty or the date 1991. A true double die from 1991 is rare and can fetch serious money, $200, $500, or more, depending on the sharpness of the doubling. Clipped planchets. These are quarters that were improperly cut, resulting in a portion of the coin missing. Again, depending on how dramatic the clip is, values can rise to $100 or more. Wrong planchet errors. This is the holy grail. A quarter that was accidentally struck on a foreign coin blank or on a dime or nickel planchet. These rare misfires from the mint can sell for thousands of dollars at auction.so. What's the current market saying about the 1991 quarter? In recent years, as interest in coin collecting has surged, thanks in part to TikTok, YouTube, and the rising popularity of alternative investments, more people are hunting for coins in their change, in old jars, and in inherited collections. That's led to an increase in demand, especially for high-grade or error coins that eBay listings right now show 1991 quarters with rare errors or high MS grades selling anywhere from $50 to over $1,500, depending on the condition and rarity. If your quarter is graded MS 67 or higher, especially by a professional service, you're looking at a coin that's in the top 1% of all surviving examples, and collectors will pay top dollar for it. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have a valuable 1991 quarter? Here's what to look for. Condition. The fewer scratches, dings, and wear, the better. Look for sharp details, especially around Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Mint mark. Look under the word "I in God we trust" on the front. You'll see a small letter, either P for Philadelphia or D for Denver. Rare errors exist in both mints. Unusual features, doubling, missing sections, strange coloring, or anything that looks off could be an error. Professional grading. If your coin looks perfect or has a possible error, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC. A certified grade massively boosts your coin's value and credibility. That if you discover that you have a valuable 1991 quarter, what should you do? You have two choices, sell or hold. That if you want quick cash, list it on auction platforms like eBay, or sell it through a reputable coin dealer or numismatic auction house. Just make sure you get it appraised or graded first to maximize your payout. But if you're a collector or investor, holding on to a rare high-grade 1991 quarter might be a smart long-term play. As demand grows and supply shrinks, values could continue to climb. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1991 United States $quarter coin. A piece of metal that you might have passed by hundreds of times without a second thought could be a hidden treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Check your pockets, check your drawers, ask your grandparents. You never know what you might find out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or have a 1991 quarter in your collection. I'd love to hear your story. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and underappreciated coins in your pocket, your piggy bank, or maybe even hiding in that old jar of loose change. We're talking about the 1994 United States $quarter coin, a coin you've probably seen 100 times before. But what if I told you that some versions of this quarter could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right. One small piece of metal could be your ticket to serious cash. If you know what to look for, so stick with me as we uncover the fascinating history, hidden secrets, and market value of the 1994 US quarter. This video could turn your everyday change into a life-changing find. Let's get into it. Before we zoom in on the 1994 quarter specifically, let's rewind a little and take a look at the quarter's place in American history. The US $quarter was first minted in 1796, becoming a mainstay in American commerce for over 2 centuries. It features the image of the first U.S. president, George Washington, and has become a symbol of both American heritage and numismatic tradition. The current Washington quarter design was introduced in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. What started as a commemorative coin quickly became permanent due to its popularity and design quality. Fast forward to 1994, a year that might seem ordinary to many, but for coin collectors and enthusiasts, it holds some hidden treasures that we're about to uncover. The 1994 quarter was struck by the United States Mint in three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each version has its own story, and some are far rarer than others. On the obverse, or front side of the coin, you'll find the familiar profile of George Washington. His stern but wise face is accompanied by the word liberty above, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date, 1994, at the bottom. On the reverse, you'll see a majestic image of an eagle, wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, a powerful symbol of peace and strength. Above the eagle, the words United States of America are curved across the top, followed by the motto E Pluribus Unum, and at the bottom, the denomination $quarter. But now, let's look beyond the design. Let's dig into the variations that can turn this common coin into a high-value collector's item. So, how do you tell where your 1994 quarter was minted? Simple. Look for the tiny letter next to the ribbon on George Washington's ponytail. If it has AP, it was minted in Philadelphia. If you see AD, it was minted in Denver. If there's an S, you've got a San Francisco mint coin, which is likely a proof coin and potentially very valuable. Now here's the kicker. While billions of 1994 quarters were produced in Philadelphia and Denver, San Francisco minted proof coins were only made for collectors in significantly smaller quantities and under far more precise conditions. That means if you come across a 1994 S quarter, especially one in pristine condition, it could be worth far more than 25 cents. Now let's talk about what can really boost the value of your 1994 quarter. Mint errors. That's right. Mistakes made at the U.S. Mint can turn an ordinary coin into a rare gem worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here are a few to look out for. Double die obverse. DDO. This occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once, leading to a visible doubling of letters or numbers. On a 1994 quarter, this could appear on the word liberty or the date. Off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during striking. A coin that's even 10% off-center can be valuable. Go beyond 20% and you're looking at serious collector interest. Clip planchet. If your 1994 quarter looks like a chunk is missing from the edge, that could be a clip planchet error. Depending on how dramatic the clip is, it can fetch a significant premium. Wrong planchet error. Sometimes coins are mistakenly struck on blanks meant for other coins. A 1994 quarter struck on a dime planchet, for example, would be smaller, lighter, and incredibly rare. These error coins are often graded and authenticated by third-party services like PCGS or NGC, and they can bring big money at auctions. Now to the million-dollar question, or maybe the $1,000 one. How much is a 1994 quarter worth today? Let's break it down. Circulated 1994 P or 1994 D quarters in average condition are typically worth face value, 25 cents, unless they have a rare error. Uncirculated coins, especially in MS 65 grade or higher, can be worth between $2 to $10 or more, depending on quality and demand. 1994 S-proof quarters, especially in deep cameo condition, can sell for $10 to $30 and sometimes higher if they're graded by PCGS or NGC. Error coins, like double die or off-center strikes, can be worth $100, $500, or even more, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. 1994 quarter with a dramatic double die obverse was once sold for over $800 at auction. Another, struck on a nickel planchet, fetched more than $1,000. That's quite the return on a single coin. Now you're probably wondering, how do I find these valuable coins? The good news is you don't have to be a millionaire to start coin collecting. Start by checking your spare change, visiting local coin shows, antique shops, and estate sales, or even buying small lots online. Look closely at the dates, the mint marks, and any unusual features that could suggest an error. And if you think you've found something special, don't guess. Send it in to be professionally graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. A small investment in authentication can multiply the value of your coin. So there you have it, the 1994 United States $quarter coin. A humble piece of currency with the potential to unlock serious value if you know what to look for. Keep your eyes sharp, your pockets jingling, and your curiosity alive. Who knows? The next time you get change at the store, you might just walk away with a piece of hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting and want to learn more about rare coins, valuable errors, and how to build a treasure chest from your change jar, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below and tell us, have you ever found a rare coin in circulation? Or do you have a 1994 quarter you think could be worth more? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting, coin collectors.